Reit, rwy'n athrawes wyddoniaeth llawn amser yn ysgol Dyffryn Nanlla. Ysgol uwchradd dwyieithog yn ganol mynyddoedd Eryri. Mae Elini wedi bod yn flwyddyn brysur iawn i mi. Nid yn unig mod i ddigon ffodus i gael ysgoloriaeth Nuffield, ond dwi hefyd wedi cael y plesar o fod yn lusgyn hades Cymdeithas Amaethyddol Frenhinol Cymru. Roedd hi'n fraint i gynrychioli Ynys Môn yn y sioe ac yn gyfle da i gyfarfod pobl o bob rhan o'r byd. I ddeud y gwir, roedd y ddau brofiad o fod yn lusgyn hades ac ysgol ar Nuffield yn plethu'n dda. Fi di'r ferch hynaf o 4 o blant ar y fferm laeth Rhyd y Elin, Rhos Cem Hir, Ynys Môn. Mae dad ag Elin yn mrawd yn godro 100 o wartheg Holstein Frisian, tra mae mam a fina yn gwneud caws ar y penwythnos. Gan ei bod ni'n dwy yn dysgu llawn amser, dim ond ar y penwythnos dyn ni'n gwneud caws ar y funud. Yr argyfwn yn 2008 ddaru yrru fy nheulu lawr y lôn o arall gyfeirio. Roedd erbyn 18 ceiniog y litr am ein llefrith, tra roedd costau cynhyrchu yn cynyddu yn flynyddol yn gorfodi ni i ail-edrych ar y busnes. Doedd dim modd ehangu'r fillest, felly dyma ni'n penderfynu arall gyfeirio. Gyda chymorth grant PMG, sef Processing and Marketing Grant, gan Llywodraeth Cymru, dyma ni'n adeiladu uned gwneud caws ar y fferm a ffwr â ni. Buwch pinc yw logo i'n cwmni, sef caws Rhyd y Elin. Daeth y syniad yn dilyn darlith yn y ganolfan fwyd lleol, ble ddywedodd arbenigwr marchnata fod rhaid cael syniad unigryw, syniad oedd yn wahanol i'r gweddill ac yn sefyll allan. Yr hyn oedd o'n i alw yn syniad Purple Cow. Da ni wedi cymeryd i gyngor o'n llythrenol, fel y gwedwch o'r logo tu ôl i mi. Ein man werthu cyntaf oedd y farchnad ffermwyr lleol, oedd yn cael ei gynnal unwaith y mis am bris resymol o 10 punt y stondin. Roeddem hefyd yn cyflenwi bwytau lleol a siopa fferm lleol. Gan bod na ddim lot o gystadleuaeth yn ardal ni, roedd marchnata caws yn eitha hawdd. Erbyn 2011, roeddem wedi cyrraedd pwynt bydd rhaid i'n ystyried sut i ddatblygu'r busnes ymhellach. O'r opsiynau oedd cynhyrchu mathau gwahanol o gaws, buddsoddi mewn peiriannau newydd i gynhyrchu mwy, neu agor siop fferm. Wrth asesu pa opsiynau byddai'n orau ni, cefais farmau'n at deitl fy ymchwil Nuffield, sef arall gyfeirio i'r ffarm laeth deuluol. Fy mwriad oedd ymweld â ffermio tebyg, oedd hefyd wedi arall gyfeirio i wneud caws, astudio y ffactorau oedd yn dylanwadu ar ddatblygu ei busnes. Rhai yn ehangu a rhai yn aros yn fach, ond yn meddwl am syniadau gwahanol i gynyddu incwm y busnes. Yn ystod fy ngwaith ymchwil, rydw wedi trafeilio i Awstralia, Seland Newydd, China a Ffrainc. I will be carrying on in English soon. I started my travels in China, a country where 90% of its population is lactose intolerant, and traditionally cheese is not eaten at all. But this did not stop Li Yang from opening his small cheese factory on the outskirts of Beijing. The majority of his clients were Westerners living in Beijing. He is convinced that this will change with time, telling me that wine and coffee were initially unpopular with the Chinese consumers. His innovative business venture has attracted the attention of Mercedes-Benz, who have used Li as a marketing tool for their new Mercedes-Benz A-Class model. The advert you see behind me shows Li and his cheese with the caption, "Are you ready?" I couldn't help but admire Li's determination, the way he was undaunted by the fact that very few of his customers were Chinese. He also had problems with his milk supply and told me he once had to go to a local supermarket to buy 500 cartons of milk to fill his cheese vat. This summer at the Royal Welsh, I was told of a Welsh-speaking cheesemaker working in France called Carrie Reams. A native of Bethesda in North Wales, Carrie had been working on a commune farm near Lord Loire in south of France. A few hurried exchange of emails, and off I went with my tent to France to meet Carrie. As with most of the fromageries in France, Carrie's cheese was made from raw milk, produced by their farm's 15 crossbred dairy cows. The fromagerie where Carrie worked was well supported by local people. An interesting point was that the cheese could only be sold as a local produce within 40 miles of the farm where it was produced. This worked well for the small producers, since they don't have the time or the ability to supply much further afield. It also cuts down on competition and ensures that local farmers' markets are dominated by local producers, a lesson we would do well to follow in Wales. Every Saturday, Carrie sells cheese at the local market. The cost of the market was heavily subsidised to ensure that the numbers of stalls were high, only €3. This ensured a thriving market that attracted visitors to the village and played a very important role in the local economy. Whilst in France, I also visit the Comté cheesemaker and Nuffield scholar Jean-François Marmier. François has invested over £1.5 million in a mechanised dairy unit, employing a husband and wife team who make the unique Comté cheese. François attributes his success to the quality of employees, quality of pastures where the cows graze, and the welfare of his cows. The cow's diet is controlled by strict guidelines in order to be accredited a Comté cheese. Feeding silage is not permitted, and every cow must have at least 2.5 acres to graze on by law. It takes 450 litres of milk to make a wheel of Comté cheese, which on average weighs 40 kilograms. This was undoubtedly the best tasting cheese I tasted on my travels, so much so that on my return journey to the UK, I dumped the one-man tent and all my clothes and filled my 20 kilograms EasyJet allowance with Comté cheese. In 2012, I visited Tasmania, home of Jane Bennett, a Nuffield scholar and Tasmania Businesswoman of the Year. She has established a successful cheese company, Ashgrove Cheese, on their family dairy farm. The farm offers what they call a complete paddock-to-plate experience. More recently, they have installed a mini hydro plant on the farm to help power their operations. Similar to François in France, Jane tributes their success to the hard work of their staff. They have not only diversified into cheese production, farm shop and bottled milk, they also take advantage of the tourists with a viewing window. A clever marketing strategy at Ashgrove is the Ashgrove Cow Art Competition. Local schools are presented with a blank ceramic cow to decorate, and the cows have now become a tourist attraction in their own right, with some visitors coming just to see the colourful cows. Involving local schools is a good way of connecting with the local market and a chance of educating the children about dairy products. Whilst in Tasmania, Jane introduced me to Mary, who had a holiday accommodation business on their farm. Mary offered an activity holiday where people stayed at the cottages and learned how to sew. These sewing courses were proved very popular and she was fully booked. This idea could easily be transferred to other activities, such as cheese making, an idea I brought back to Wales with me. So, where do we go from here? Well, firstly, I am pleased to say that Carrie Reams is returning to Wales and will be working for us at Cow Street at Elin. We look forward to taking advantage of Carrie's expertise and will be developing new products, including a soft blue cheese. My travels have taught me that the fundamental success of any business are its employees. Employing someone is a big step forward in our business, but one I take confidently. Secondly, we have made use of redundant farm buildings and offer self-catering accommodation on the farm. In 2014, these will be part of our cheese-making activity package. We will be offering up to 10 guests the opportunity to make their own cheese, to design their own label, and give their cheese a name of their choice, all while staying on the farm. Thirdly, we have decided not to open a farm shop. The remoteness and lack of passing trade were key factors in this decision. I have followed the advice of Nuffield scholar Max Gelbart from Australia, who said, if your farm isn't located near a busy road or a busy tourist attraction, you either move or you forget it. Government support for diversification varies immensely between countries, with support offered to Welsh farmers second to none. An area we need to develop further is the support we give to our local farmers' markets. As I said earlier, in 2008 we were paying £10 per stall and the market was busy. We are now paying £27.50 and traders are few and far between. Demand for local produced food is on the increase. Attitude in France, where eating local is seen as the norm, differs immensely from the attitude in the UK, where eating local is seen as a luxury. Low milk prices has brought out the best in small family dairy units, and the role of the family is paramount in the success of any diversification project. Family provide cheap labour, unfailing support and encouragement, and especially in the initial setup phase. I would like to thank everybody who I've met along the way, too many to name individually, but I would like to offer my sincere thanks to the Trehane Trust for sponsoring me and also for the Nuffield for this opportunity. I would like to thank the Welsh Nuffield team for their advice, encouragement and their unconditional love. And finally, I'd like to thank my family, especially my father, who gets up every morning to milk the cows. Thank you.